Hey, this is John from Yellow Brick Card Club.
And this is Pierce from Pierce Breaks.
You can find us on Instagram at Yellow Brick Card Club. Get all of our links there. Come and join the Discord. Check out some breaks and chat and hang out.
You can also find me at Pierce Breaks on Instagram, on my YouTube channel, Pierce Breaks, or on Reddit at reddit.com/r/Pierce Breaks.
Welcome to the Yellow Brick Card Show, and I am here, John, aka Wax Moronic, here with
Kingdome 11, also known as Joe.
And Pierce of Pierce Breaks.
All right. How are we doing, guys?
As you know, I've been better, but we're here and we're having a good time. So looking forward to the record as always.
Good. Yeah. You only sound a little stuffy, so you'll be all right.
I will be referring to you as Shohei. Playing hurt.
Very,
Playing
very
hurt. Right.
Yes.
Right on. And Joe, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. We had a packed day of school activities. A little bit of work in there. A lot of work, actually. Feeling good. Haven't come down with anything for a couple weeks, so I'm probably due. But yeah, doing great in breaking land and baseball card land, doing wonderful, which I'm sure we'll talk about. So.
Oh yeah, and same here. I just got out of my sea of Allen Ginter cards. Pierce, I know you're working your way through that too. I don't know how far you are, but yeah, I mean, every year, it just takes that much more time because everything is crazy. But it's worth it, and I kind of like spending a little bit more time. Like most of the time, I try to get everything packed up and sent out as soon as I can so people can get their cards. But you kind of have to go a little slower, and it gives you a chance to really take your time and go over the cards. So I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed packing them up this time.
Yeah, I'm still in progress, partially because I've just had lower energy, and partially because I did the rip Sunday afternoon, which is usually like I like to do Friday nights because then I just have the whole weekend to sort and I can kind of take my time. But ripping Sunday afternoon does not give me any time to do anything, so then it's pushed on to the weeknights. So we're getting there, but it's not too bad. It's not like it's not like pro debut where you have to constantly check who is what team and who goes where. Like it's still everything goes in its place. It's just there's a couple more places to put things.
For sure. Yeah. And I guess we've all kind of seen the cards. I don't know. Most people listening probably have seen the cards by now too. You have any ideas, Joe, about what's going on in there and maybe differences from last year, or what do you think?
We're talking Allen and Ginter, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I have historically not been a huge Allen and Ginter fan, but the caveat has been for me, like it's very specific to the year and the design for me. I can get over not recognizing some of the non-baseball names and all the goofy stuff because I think that part's fun. But for me, the design was awesome. I don't have any in hand. I've literally only seen digital depictions of these things because you did all the breaking for us for the Ginter product. I have one en route. What is it? Foil filigree? Help me out, guys.
Yeah.
What is the word?
A filigree. I don't know what it means, but that's what they call it.
I keep wanting to say pedigree. But
they have that too in the set.
The pedigree of this product is to my liking. But so I have one on the way. It's a rally to 50. But I haven't seen anything in hand, so I'm out of the three of us, I'm by far the least knowledgeable on it. But I do like the design this year, which for me is it's make or break as far as whether I'd want to keep some. So I liked it, but I haven't seen it like you guys have. So.
Pierce, you have any other notes since you've probably had your ankle deep in it right now? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, overall design, I'm definitely a fan. I think the toughest part for me was we didn't get one rip card out of 6 hobby boxes, so it was a little depressing, you know. Um, when I did a mixer of like 2021 Chrome and 2022 Chrome and 2023 hobby, and in each break had one rip card from one hobby, so just expecting a little more excitement.
Yeah. Well, I feel really fortunate then. We had we opened, I think we opened 5 boxes total, and we got some really cool stuff. I'm not usually a big Allen Ginter fan either, but I had a lot of fun, and part of it was the cards that we got, but part of it was also just like taking a look and sorting and getting an extra look at all the cool like B cards and dog cards and X-ray cards and all that stuff. I thought was really cool this year, and just kind of in general, I feel like Topps is doing a better job on things to do things like art, design, you know, things that stand out and make the cards great to look at. So not there's not a lot of duds. So yeah.
You have a rip card story, I believe,
Oh man.
Wax.
Oh yeah. So we got a rip card in our first one, which was awesome. And we got a Jackson Merrill mini in there, the rip card exclusive, which is pretty great. We got an auto in that box as well, I believe, which is really cool. And then we got later on we got a triple rip card in the box loader slot of Sandy Koufax. And so um, I think I've ripped one rip card before, but I've never gotten a double or a triple. Definitely never seen anything like that. So that was a thrill. And then the owner decided to rip it on stream so everybody could see. So I got to figure out how to rip a triple rip card, which was fun without spoiling the contents. Um, but that went pretty well. And in a triple rip, you get at least one stained glass card, and then you can have a wood or a metal card. You could have a red ink auto on a mini, and you can also have just a regular SP exclusive and a sketch card. And so we actually got the stained glass you're supposed to get, and we got an additional stained glass, which is
Nice.
awesome because I've never pulled a stained glass before. So that was really cool to see and feel them. I don't think I even have one actually, so that was great. Yeah, so I had a great time. I love there's just little things like I love the inaction SPs where they just
Yes,
have a great,
definitely.
cool border, cool design on a cool photo, and that really kind of captured the essence of it for me. So not just a portrait, but like an inaction shot mixed in there. I don't know, it hit different this year.
I love that the owner of that Koufax card referred to the the remaining the Koufax card after it had been released of its contents as the carcass and thanked you for keeping its carcass intact.
Yeah, I believe I called it the husk. Yeah, you have to keep that. You got to show it off, man.
That's right.
Yeah. So that was awesome. Um, I got that cleared off enough to start filling up my spooky spins packs. So folks that got spooky spins, those are in work. Should be going out with your Stadium Club cards. So I got a lot of tricks up my sleeves for this one. I'm really having a lot of fun packing these up. So get ready.
Speaking of
Um,
spooky
oh
spins,
yeah.
I'm very excited about my super treat.
Yes, Pierce got one of the two super treats, and
Big
I had a
win.
pool of decent cards and some slabs and stuff. And yeah, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you got and why?
Yeah, so there are a lot of cool cards. Basically, came down to Otani because I don't have an Otani rookie card or much Otani. Obviously, you know, he's the best player in baseball right now and most exciting to watch. And I've got the Japanese connection. But on the other hand, it was a PSA 10, right?
Hmm.
Uh, Jordan Alvarez rookie refractor. And there are two players that I've always said if I had, you know, unlimited money, I would have a collection of them, and it's Jordan Alvarez and Jose Ramirez. So had to go with the rookie refractor of Jordan. He's just such a beast, and he's Undervalued. I mean, he's not super undervalued in the hobby. His cards still go for a decent amount. But I do feel like in general he's undervalued. He's had some injury trouble, but whenever he's healthy, he just mashes the ball. So I've been a Jordan fan for a while, and I appreciate the opportunity to add one to my collection.
Hold up. Can you tell me and the audience what Otani card you passed up for that player?
You can't
For
make me
that
laugh too
team?
hard right now. I don't remember. I don't think it was like anything crazy. Obviously, Wax knows more than I do about what's in his collection, but um, it was just like
I think it was just the flagship pitching rookie, just a paper one. They were it wasn't anything too spectacular, but it was some stuff that like if you're collecting modern stuff that you probably want at least one of those things. Just kind of the Otanis. I had some Cunha stuff in there. Just like something you might want to add that you haven't had the opportunity to add before. I think we had 28 people who had joined a break recently who were I spun for, and we had two super treats. So you're very lucky, and you're also very lucky that you're not getting tricked because
yeah.
those people will rue the day that they spun the wheel.
Do you have
Oh,
a teaser for the people of what they can expect if they got tricked?
well, so the problem is I started this last year, and I just started spinning a wheel. Like I just started putting it up for people and being like, "Oh, you got tricked," because at this point I had pretty much everybody's address, so I could do whatever I want. And so I just started like spinning the wheel and giving people tricks and treats, and people really liked it. So I decided to do it again this year. But part of the problem was I would send out tricks, and I was trying to send out like cards that you would hate, or like players that were on your team that are in the wrong uniform, or just something that you'd see and just kind of like wrinkle your nose in disgust. And so, but a lot of them I sent out were like people liked them. They were like, "Oh, these are great." I'm not sure if I got tricked or treated, and then was like, "That's not what I'm going for here." So
Yeah.
I want you to be miserable.
Got to
So
step it up.
yeah, so I'm trying to make more of an effort to upset people this year. So uh, that's my goal. And I got a couple other things brewing. I'm hoping the super tricks will hit extra hard this year, but we'll see. That's going to take a little bit more time, is all I'm going to say. It might take another week or so, but I think it's going to pay off. So
That was such a great, just a great project. Or I think regardless of treat or trick, I love it.
yeah, I love Halloween. I don't like making things, so I don't like making costumes. And the things that other people like, or setting up decorations, is not really my bag. But like, I like Halloween. I like the ambiance around it, and I like the idea of you know, being a little silly with it. So it was perfect. So I'm glad we got to do it again this year, and we'll see if everyone survives or not the tricks.
If they don't abandon us between now and next Halloween, we can assume it will be back for another installment.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll have to come up with something cool. But yeah, I mean, we've just been breaking the A&G stuff. Is there anything else you've opened recently that we haven't talked about? I know we talked a lot about update, and this is kind of the next thing. But is there any other fun breaks you had going on?
No. No,
Just
not
A&G.
one.
A&G.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
we've covered update, but I broke that again just a few days ago, and it will not quit because it just keeps surprising us, or surprising me anyway. Um, just a fantastic product that just hits just keep on popping out. But yeah, we hit a couple very, very nice. The nicest patch I've ever seen in person came out a few days ago.
well, what
Jackson
was
Merrill.
Oh,
it? Oh.
that was a
Jack,
beaut.
yeah, to 25, and the patch lives up to expectation, especially when you're used to seeing so many napkins. Just a beautiful card, and then a Jackson Churio auto to 25 as well, same box. So update's been good to us. We've got other releases I'm sure we're gonna dive into, but yeah, update really surprised me because I didn't enjoy it last year at all. So this one delivered.
Yeah, it seems like it was a little tougher last year, and it seems like last year in general. I don't know if it must have just been luck, but we got some good stuff, but it seemed like more often than not it wasn't really worth it. But this year we've got just tons of heat this year. Like, seems like every other box has something that anybody would want. So I really appreciate that. I don't know if it's just because of the rookie class or because the cards are cooler or because they put more cool stuff in or what, but this year it feels like it's more fun. So I'm really enjoying it, and we got a lot more to come up. So um, and the big one today is Tuesday, which means tomorrow is release day Wednesday, and we have one of my favorite releases, Top Stadium Club, coming back for 2024. Um, do you guys have any experiences with Stadium Club or any opinions with the set in general? Are you excited? Or you hate it? Or what's going on?
Kingdome here. I'm stoked about it. I've always loved it. The base alone, the photography is worth it to me. Traditionally relatively affordable, although like everything else, it's gone up. But we were discussing, I think, on the Discord earlier today, the parallels have just made it even more appealing because instead of getting the small logo in the corner changing colors, you've got an entire card transforming. I cannot wait to see it. I have the privilege of opening some tomorrow over two
Oh yeah,
separate breaks, and yeah, I'm excited to see it. It can't be beat. I love it.
yeah. I'm in Seattle, and for whatever reason, Tops can't get stuff to me on release day, and so usually Kingdome gets the chance to rip the first box and grab one locally and do that. So I'm pretty jealous. But we got plenty coming, and it looks like release day they're going to have it up on the website for not too much more expensive. So um, I'm excited to probably pick up more because that's how I feel. I'm usually pretty conservative about this kind of stuff, but it looks great. Pierce, have you had a chance to take a look, or what are you thinking about Stadium Club?
Yeah, I am really excited about Stadium Club. It was actually last year, not long after I was like really diving headfirst into breaking, was when 2023 came out, and I was seeing a lot of people get kind of crappy base autos out of hobby boxes. Like, felt like the subreddit, it was just like all flooded. Like, well, look at this asshole who I pulled. Like, this is worthless or whatever. That was like the overarching sentiment. But like, the cards themselves are definitely super cool. And I ended up over the course of last year ripping 3 cases of blasters of Stadium Club.
Wow.
So um, the first one was spread out into nice, palatable 10 box breaks, 10 blaster breaks, which was very pleasant, went by quickly. And then the second two, as we know, was a player auction that ended up with 2 full cases of blaster boxes.
Oh
So
my God.
that was less than, it was fun while it was happening. And the weekend afterwards was not as fun. Um, but yeah, I mean, as you said, the photography is awesome. The base cards just look so cool. And from what we've seen of the inserts and the parallels, I am definitely excited. Specifically, one of the base autos I'm super excited about is the D-backs have Brandon Webb on the checklist. So I'm hoping I can snatch one of those up pretty cheap if I don't rip one myself, because he's like the all-time what if player in my eyes. I mean, he was just absolutely dominant when he was at the peak of his powers, and then just fell off the earth with shoulder issues. So
Oof. That's awesome. Yeah, and if I remember correctly, I haven't looked in a while, but the checklist has some pretty great auto subjects. So you get 2 autos in a hobby box, which is awesome. Um, this year, I don't know how many of us got a chance to run the pre-order, but uh, they were $150. They're going to be $150 again coming up. Uh, tomorrow. It might be too late for people listening now, but hope maybe there'll be some available, because I remember last year the price went up a lot, and then eventually you just couldn't get hobby boxes at all. And I kind of had that same experience. We didn't get a lot of good stuff out of the hobby boxes, and I don't think I got too many of them, but we broke quite a bit of retail. And got a lot of good stuff. We got a Volpe rookie auto, and I think it was a black too. So we got a bunch of good stuff. That was fun. But yeah, just kind of underwhelming. Like, I know it's about the photography, but like, it can only take you so far when you start seeing the same card over and over. And that's not most collectors, but there's other stuff we're looking for too. And personally for me, like, the flashier for the better. Like, if you wanna reel me in, just like throw the foil on top everywhere. Like, get it all on there.
Yeah.
And last year they were just kind of like you said, they were in the Stadium Club logo, and there was some in the very thin nameplate. So that was not as interesting to me.
That was
But this year, I did. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I was gonna say that was my one knock, was what you, with the logo colors being the only difference. It reminded me of what is it, gold label with the class types, class 1, 2, and 3, and you can't really look at or tell the difference on the card. And I think I even asked you last year, Wax, or early this year. I think Stadium Club 23 released in like January or something, but the difference between sepia and whatever, the black and white. Yeah, like in photos you can't even tell, and it's like, what are we doing? Come on. And they fixed it this year. Like, that is not going to be a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah, so I've been checking them out, and they have full color backgrounds now, which is awesome. They're not foiled, but they're, tinted. Like, think of there's probably other releases that have been newer, but think of like 2018 flagship, where it had the kind of like crazy wave pattern in the background that had different colors based on your parallels and stuff. And Independence Days are probably my favorite cards so far that I've found. But this is, they have full color backgrounds this year in Stadium Club, so that's going to go a long way. And one hidden benefit for all you red team enjoyers, um, reds are not numbered. They're not numbered to 5. They're not numbered at all, and they're pretty common. And with the full color background, you're going to get some awesome color matches on some awesome photos. So you'll have very accessible, really cool cards. I mean, you can fill up a binder of these cards just on photos you like. Like, it doesn't even have to be anything super rare. So I'm excited. The downside is that if MSRP was 150, the last time I checked on the post market, it was 190 for a hobby, and it's even up to $200 in some places. So that's starting to push it. So one option you have is the compact hobby box, which is basically half of a hobby box. There's one auto. Some of the odds are a little longer, like some of the auto odds are a little longer, but parallels seem to be about the same. You can't get golds in the compact. You can get, what is it, purples. So if you're interested in purple, you want to grab some compacts. I'm not sure if purple's in retail or not, but there's also going to be, um, blaster boxes, and I heard they're going to have fat packs this year too. So it'd be cool if they had a fat pack exclusive. That would be awesome. So I'm excited to see what comes. I'm excited to see all the stuff that gets unearthed. I've already seen a couple really cool Julio cards that I'm trying not to go after right away because I already made that mistake on update. But I'm going to be opening a ton of this, and I'm going to probably be holding on to some of it as well, because I expect the price to go up, immediately. And if it was like last year, like I said, you might not get a chance to get those hobbies at all, without, paying a lot on eBay or something. So get them while you can. Get in there, get into some breaks with people you trust, and enjoy, because I think this is going to be the set of the year for me. So um, that's tomorrow. I'm excited to see what everybody gets.
yes, I will. I'll be opening a compact. It'll be a small sample size because it's just one compact, but um, I'm anxious to see. I opened a couple of personal compacts last, or 2023. Um, I'm excited to see differences between the two, even if it is a small sample size. But
Mhm. Yeah, and I appreciate the compact format. You're still going to get a few foils. You're going to get some parallels. You're going to get an auto out of it. You're going to get some inserts. It's not going to cost you as much. You're not going to get as much of the cards you don't want. Even if they look cool, you probably don't want to hold on to most of them. So I like that format. I appreciate having that option. So thanks for keeping that around, Tops. Thanks for making cool cards this year. I've been really happy with them. The only thing I'm a little worried about is quality control on this set traditionally with the full frame photos is tough. Like a lot of bumped corners, a lot of flaked off, colored areas because there's hardly any white on the cards to cover those things up. So we will see how well they do when we start opening them. And I want to start opening them right now, but
Yeah, there's one guy in my Discord who had a box early there. His LCS got some early, and that's what he was saying, that the QC was a little iffy, unfortunately. But that's just kind of how we expect things to be at this point, unfortunate as that is.
yeah, I don't think you can avoid it. And in a way, it makes some of the nicer stuff a little more rare. So you can't get a PSA 10 out of every pack every time. That's just kind of the reality. And but good luck to everybody out there. I hope you get what you want. I hope you get a nice copy of it. And look for singles, of course. That's where you're going to find most of your deals, of course. So um, a lot. Get your eBay watches up. Get your saved searches up for what you want because it's going to be going down. Another thing that's going to be going down, but not the price, is Chrome update is coming out next week, and I don't know if we'll have a chance to record before that release. So I thought we would talk a little bit about it now, mostly about the price, which is absolutely ridiculous. $380 for a pre-order of a jumbo of Chrome Update. I don't think Chrome Update got to $300, got to $400 at all from anyone last year, anywhere. So that's a choice. And if you didn't get the pre-order, which was basically instantaneously sold out, you're going to end up paying $500 or more right now. So if you want a jumbo, so that's disappointing. Um, I know we got a bunch of mega boxes, which are basically blaster boxes with some mega box parallels in them for $50, which is also a choice that we'll have to live with. But you know, that's where it's going to be. That's where those rookies are going to be hottest. So that's the way it's going to be. I hope they have another sale on release date where we can get some for a decent price without them disappearing. But
I love the concept of the debut patches that will be in there, and strong rookie class, of course, is where we're coming with some of these issues that Topps feels they can charge, and I guess they can charge a premium for it. But this is the downside to the hobby, because who wouldn't want a rookie debut patch? But like, your odds of pulling one of those are horrible. And I don't want to pay $100 extra for the pleasure of a one in whatever shot. Um, it's frustrating.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I didn't. It was interesting because I felt like there was a run of releases that was selling out immediately, and then we had a stretch where things weren't selling out immediately. So it was kind of like a false sense of security when Chrome Update dropped, and everyone was like, I was very fortunate to get one hobby box and one jumbo box because there was a limit that you couldn't get more than one, I think, individually. It was like one or two you were limited to. And so I spent a minute like doing that, and then I tried to go back for a hobby case, and hobby cases were gone. So I was just like, okay, well, I better just check out immediately. And so I was lucky enough to get a hobby and a jumbo on release. I think it was like 525 total or something like that, like 550. Um, and now one jumbo is that price if you can even find them in stock right now. So just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I'm fortunate that I have it and I'm able to break it, but at the same time, it's one hobby and one jumbo. It's not uh, a ton of cards that are going to be coming out of that. So,
Yeah, you're not gonna
um,
get a large. That's part of the thing I like about breaking is you get to open a pretty good quantity if you're not even if you're not opening cases all the time. So you usually can get something really
right.
cool that'll blow your mind. But a hobby and a jumbo, I mean, good luck. But
I mean,
it can
we,
strike out too.
yeah, exactly. We did pretty well on regular Chrome. I think, oh yeah, I think we talked about that because did have a holiday refractor auto, and
Hmm.
I think I said this too, but I'll say it again. When I pulled it, I was like, "Oh, holiday, that's awesome! Oh, number to 499. Okay, can't be that crazy." And then we sold it for like $425. It's just like, all right, we'll take that, I guess.
Yeah, people are going nuts for these rookies, and they still are in updates. So I've been trying to track prices to get some of the cards I want, and people are still all over them. So, and then when update comes out, Chrome update, it's just going to be a feeding frenzy. So, um, yeah, I'm hoping for maybe a sub $500 jumbo, but starting at 380, I mean that's gonna be tough. Let's see, add some notes. There's a brand new lava refractor in case you weren't too confused about what a wave versus lava lamp, I think it is. They're adding another one. I think I counted with the super and the printing plates, there are 20 different parallels for base cards,
That is obscene.
which is just
What is the name of the refractor wax?
um, man, I guess I'll have to go back. I had some notes about the inserts because they have some really cool inserts that are coming up. And I think that's going to make it worthwhile. But I think it was lava lamp, which is different from regular
Wow.
lava
Yeah. Okay.
somehow. And I think they might be jumbo or hobby exclusives. So
I
that's
may or may not have
another
heard
one to chase.
llama. Um, and even I have my limits. I don't mind a bunch of parallels necessarily, but when I heard llama, that was the point at which I was going to start getting upset.
Well, would you rather have a llama on a card or a hot dog on a card? Because that was a real thing.
Hot
Also,
dog,
I seem to
100%.
remember an issue with some tacos as well that you guys gone
Yeah.
through last year, but that might be a
An
story for
issue
another
with
time.
some
That's actually a good story to tell. We'll put a pin in that, but I do have a
Yeah.
taco fractor story I'd love to
Oh
share
man.
sometime.
Yeah. But
um,
yeah,
the
the
one the one other thing for Chrome update that I am excited about is the Chrome home field advantage cards.
yes.
Definitely interested to see how they end up looking in person because like the home field advantage is a cool concept, but there's just something about them in person that they just like don't completely click with me for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It seems like a downtown ripoff, basically, and the foil is really difficult to keep in good condition, and it's just kind of flat. A lot of them have weird print marks all in the same place, and so like you're looking at them, trying to figure out if yours is gonna get gem mint or if you're what the value is on your card, and it's got a weird little spot, and then you go and look and it's like, oh, they all have this weird little like double or triple spot in this weird spot. So it's just kind of very strange. I do like the idea, but I think the Chrome ones are going to be super nice. I think this should have been Chrome in the first place a long time ago. So I'm excited to see those. Hopefully, pull some of those. Expose is back, which got cool art design. Helix is back. We did get a Helix out of Topps Chrome, which was awesome. Those cards look rad. They're um, very Panini.
I was gonna say, speaking of
Very,
Panini ripoffs,
yeah, very. We stole a bunch of Panini artists, and now they're working for us. Uh, Very obviously. But I love those cards. Those are cool. So it's cool to see those back. Um, Major League Minis. It says look for miniature versions of your favorite MLB player highlighted with life-size baseball elements. So does that mean the card isn't mini? Does that mean the player is mini on the picture?
I,
What? what is going on? What is actually going to be? This is the response I had when I saw "Got the Itch" on the Allen Ginter
Oh gosh.
uh, checklist with all the like grass and coffee and stuff, and is like, is this going to be a scratch and sniff card? And it was. So, are we going to see tiny Major League Baseball players on cards? Maybe we will. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Um,
The Kevin Hart
yeah.
SP was strong, and
Oh
they
my
ran
god.
with it.
I still want one of those Kevin Hart cards. If I ever get a good deal on one, I'm just gonna buy one because they're just like, it's, to me, that's a moment in trading card history, right? Like it doesn't matter how silly you think it is. It's a Taco Fractor Seal. It's like, it's not so
Sure.
much about the card as about like, what the hell is this? This was a real thing, and we experienced it. So I'd love to have a memento. So we'll see. And then we got Diamond Dominance, Crushed, and Let's Go coming back. So some of the standard fare, some new stuff, some puzzling stuff, um, but also very expensive. So and you know, this whole year, but especially this set is probably one, if you get a box, you might even want to save one or
Yeah.
two, because there are so many good rookies. I can't see how at least one of them doesn't become something, making that box worthwhile. So
Hmm.
if you've ever thought about, and don't hold me to this, if you've ever thought about holding and investing in a box, this might be the one to do. So um, just gonna put that out there. Any other thoughts on Chrome update? Actually, well, I have one more thought about Chrome update. They're branding it. A lot of the documentation has Chrome updates with an
Yes.
S, and that's consistent with the, like, they put out the sheets with the graphics and the pictures of the cars on them and stuff, and updates is on there too. It's not a typo. So we're Chrome updates now, I guess. Even though I'm pretty sure the box says update, but that's another.
I mean, it's honestly not like I don't put it past Fanatics to make that mistake, because on Allen and Ginter release, every graphic said that a hobby case had 11 boxes in it. So it's not like it was like, it's not something I put past them to have a typo like that.
Man,
Now,
yeah.
there's a real grammatical argument to be made here, whether the update refers to the box singular or to multiple cards plural. And maybe Fanatics is just writing a decades long wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought it was an update to the main set. Like, here's your update set.
Right.
But these are the updates to your set. I don't know. It's just why? Why are
You
we
can
doing it?
charge more for plural. There's more of them.
It's the first
Extra
box with
letter.
updates on it. Wow. God. Yeah, but I'm excited to at least see it. Like, I'm probably gonna watch all the breaks because I love Chrome stuff, I love shiny stuff, and there's just gonna be some absolute nutcase stuff coming out of this. If you thought paper update was banging, this is gonna be just an experience, especially with the breaker boxes. And I know we have a lot of feelings about breakers and breaker boxes, but like, there is an appeal to opening something that just has the cool cards in it. If you don't need the other stuff, um, it's fun to watch. At least I would probably never buy one, but um, those will be back too. So I'm excited to at least check those out. Um, and hopefully open some more if we get enough people who are interested and willing to pay the price, and it works out. I would love to open them. So we will see. That's coming next week.
Yep.
Um, and then later this month, we have one of Joe's favorite sets of all time. That comes back every year. We have Topps Holiday
Yes.
coming back, and is absolutely totally balls out crazy with all of the holiday stuff on it. Usually it's just like snow and maybe some candy cane stuff on it, but this is like, with the neon design, they're just going nuts with it. So it's going to be really cool. It's going to stand out. Joe, I'm sure you have thoughts about it.
I do, and let the record show that I did not bring it up this time. I brought it up
I know
last time, and I'll bring it up next time. But this time of
we're
year,
talking about new releases. I know you're just vibrating there. You're just like waiting for it. Like,
so
come on.
I'm excited about it. No secret there. I've got some advent calendars, which is a new format. 24 packs in there, and the last couple packs I forget exactly, but I want to say the 23rd pack is foil of some type, and the 24 pack has some type of exclusive in there. Those will be super fun. Not sure if it goes against the intention as far as breaking it versus literally opening them in order every day in December leading up to Christmas Eve, which is what I'll do with one of them with my son. But um, the megas, which we'll also have plenty of, um, the design is crazy, but like, I mean, I'm just not one that gets upset. It's a very, very, very affordable product, and I'm not one who gets upset about goofy stuff on cards for the most part, unless they trick you, like the Taco Fractor. But this is not a trick. And I think I've mentioned this in the Discord probably multiple times as well, but we're also working on a, like, through the years, so a mega from every year that they've been doing the holiday product in its current format, which is 9 years.
That's really cool.
That will be super fun. In fact, I'm staring at the 2022 box that just arrived for that break right now. But the new design, like you said, the elves in neon sort of in the bottom right, I think. And there's always going to be the SPs and the SSPs with something going on. Snowmen, elves, Santa himself will have a card probably, which often go for more than any of the baseball cards in the set. Um, to me, it's awesome. I'm a Christmas guy, so like Christmas and baseball cards, like, just take my money, and you don't have to take as much of it because it is not a high end product. Um, so I am very, very excited about it. I just I can't wait to see him. Like, I will admit on this podcast that I have literally looked at the picture of the box because, of course, nobody has it in hand yet. The picture of the box is exciting to me. I will keep one sealed, not as an investment, but just as decor that I'm going to pull out every Christmas and have around my hobby spot in my office.
That's rad, and it's super cool that you can have a set like that you can look forward to that you know is not gonna totally bust you up with the cost. So that's great, and I'm looking forward to that break. And I know you're gonna have some 2018 in there, so you're gonna have your Otanis
Yes.
and your Macunas and your Juan Sotos. I think I haven't checked the checklist, but there's quite a few of them in there. Devers.
Yep.
So
18
we
is,
might
yep, Judge and I'm sorry, Acuna and Otani. We pulled a Otani metallic, nothing crazy, but the metallic snowflake when we did a break last year with a 2018 Mega, which is fun. My personal, like, PC wise, I got a kick out of going for the Corbin. I called it the Corbin Christmas Carol, which was all the SPs and SSPs of his rookie last year, and then we're gonna have the holiday this year. And if Jokenzie Noel sneaks in, I haven't seen the checklist yet. If he sneaks in, we have a name thing going on there. So
Can't have holiday without big Christmas.
that's right.
get.
That's right. I don't know that he's going to be in there. Probably not, but next year.
For
Next year he'll
sure.
be in there. So I'm just like the goofy stuff, the gimmick, whatever you want to call it. I don't mind. And then the last format we haven't talked about is um, the tin, which looks to be basically a fat pack inside of a cool tin. So whereas they used to just have the mega box format, 10 packs, 10 cards each, um, we've got 3 different things going on. So our Discord will be hopping with holiday, whether Metzi and Wax Moronic like it or not. You may have to restrain me at times, but
Oh man,
there'll be
fill it up,
giveaways
man.
and we'll make it fun and it'll be affordable. So
I'm excited. It's always great around Christmas time too, and it just kind of the spirit of generosity, you know. It's a cool product you can open. You can open with your kids, and it won't break the bank, and
yes,
everybody loves it. So I'm excited too. I'm excited to see the SPs. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, what are they just gonna do the hats and necklaces and the candy cane armbands or whatever, but or are they going to do something else? Because the neon, I don't know if you're listening to this, go and look at some pictures because it just looks like a fever dream. Like it's nuts.
yeah.
Um, so I hope they kind of take that energy into the SPs too. It'll make it a little more interesting, but we'll see.
I think some stuff will sneak in there that we don't even see coming. They've been doing that with other products too. So, and you mentioned kids. I'm looking forward to opening it with my kids, but also I think we might bring back a kid break because it is a product to do that with. It's very, very right in the price range for kids. So I think my kids might do a break for kids, which I think would be pretty fun.
That'll be awesome. that was fun last time too. So yeah, let's get your kids involved. Try to make it less gambly than usual, but we usually have enough, and especially with holiday, there's enough that everybody gets some cards, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, lots of stuff coming. Lots of stuff already has come, and I feel like I don't know this year. Like last year, they missed a bunch of release dates, and they just had to push a bunch of stuff. And then this year, they just put everything out all at once at the end of the year. So I don't know. I'm a little overwhelmed, but at the same time, we have plenty of people who are interested in getting the cards they want out of these boxes, and willing to pay a percentage to get that, and it allows us to do what we do. So I'm super appreciative that we get the opportunity to open, most if not all of this stuff. We don't open a lot of high end stuff, but um, we're getting the cards out that people want, and that's something I've been wanting to talk to you guys about. Is breaking philosophies. I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say about breakers, and things to say about gambling, and things to say about places you can go to buy into breaks that may or may not work out very well for you. So um, I'd just like to get your guys' opinions about what we do, and how maybe it differs, and hopefully how other people see it the same way we do. Pierce, you tell us a little bit about why you started, and how you got into it, and what you like to do.
Yeah. So basically, um, how I got into it was 2023, and this hot young rookie of the year, Corbin Carroll, was taking the hobby by storm, and I was like, man, I really want to get some Dimebacks cards and some Corbin Carroll cards, but it is so expensive to do that. So how can I mitigate my costs and try to get some cool cards? And I stumbled on breaking, and so I just did a bunch of research, and I was like, I can do this. I can open packs and stream it and coordinate everything. And, basically it literally started as a way for me to get Diamondbacks reliably in breaks. And then just from there, I mean, my philosophy has always been that I want to give other people the same opportunity that I have to have an affordable price and, a desirable product, and get people their PC teams. And obviously, there is a part of it of people that are looking for hits and, looking to make a return on their investment. But I do think the majority of the people in my community and your community are people that are baseball fans first, and, are card fans second. And their primary goal is to get cool cards of the players that they like to watch play. And so, yeah, I think that's my biggest thing, is I just want to help spread the joy of the hobby to as many people as I can.
Definitely feel same or similar. Joe, I know you have a lot of opinions about this, and I know you enjoy kind of our little fledgling group, and the kind of folks we've been attracting. So, do you have any other thoughts about how you feel about breaks, how you like to go about breaks, and what we're doing over at Yellow Brick Card Club?
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with virtually everything Pierce said as well. Affordability and not losing sight of the why we're doing this, and that it's not a money game um, for us, and that we are, I think all three of us and most of the people in our rooms are baseball fans. And for me, on the breaking end, I got into it, and Wax, you were there before me, but I got into it because I literally like to geek out on baseball, and baseball cards is the way in to do that. Chatting it up on the actual stream or in the Discord or Reddit or whatever it may be. Um, so that to me is um, the hook, I guess. The I'm a baseball guy, and baseball cards just magnify that, and then we can nerd out on the game itself, the cards, argue about silly things about why this parallel's bad or why Topps made a poor decision here. It's just things that in real life are, inconsequential, but it's just fun. It's just fun. And I appreciate about our group for the most part is we have people that are just they're PCing their team. And I have no problem with doing a chase. We've all done it, and I'll do it again. Like, randomly, I'm going to go see if I can find some, Jackson Churio today and buy into a break spot or whatever. I have no issues with that. But when your base is still that you're looking, in our case, me and Wax, like if we're looking for Mariners, or maybe we have a player on a different team we're chasing, I think that's an important groundwork to it, so that we don't go off the handle and start spending way too much money chasing things we may or may not ever actually see. And then for me, I know we've talked about this on the admin portion of Yellow Brick. I appreciate that it's a hobby that I can now involve my own kids in. And on the breaking end, I've had them in the room with me when I break, but they also love sorting base, which, I mean, talk about a win-win for everybody.
That's the dream.
But they like it, and my son in particular he just enjoys it. So like it's a hobby I can do on my own, but it also is family friendly, which is important to me. Like in our Discord, I think this is in our our housekeeping rules or whatever, is to keep it family friendly. And I'm not saying we have to all be perfect all the time by any stretch, but to me that's an important component of it. Is it's something I don't mind if my kid wanders in and we're not flying off the handle about something, or getting upset because we spent too much money or whatever it may be. So, and you mentioned that we don't break a lot of high end stuff, and I don't know that we'd say we would never do it, but if I'm uneasy about breaking a product because half the spots are going to get totally smoked, then I'm like, okay, that's not the product for us. One of the many reasons when I talk about Holiday that I love it so much is nobody's getting smoked in that. Nobody's going to pull a monster either. Well, I guess there's a few monsters in there, but for the most part, do not buy Topps Holiday to get the golden ticket. You just don't. You get into it because you think the cards are cool. You want to PC your team with snowflakes on them, and have some fun with it. So the product matters, and even some of the for us higher end, like we talked about Bowman draft, and we'll get into that in a future podcast, I'm sure. But like, I love Bowman, and we'll get into Bowman, I'm sure. But man, Bowman draft, for example, there's no retail option. It's going to probably be $600 a box. We'll probably break it, but it's stretching it a little bit, because you may end up with a pile of paper non-first that are not great. So I think product selection really, really matters to me. And if people are into it, and especially if they've been around a while and you have a feel for like, oh, this is in their wheelhouse. We're not hawking product from the corner trying to convince people that shouldn't be doing it to do it, So um, I that's paramount to me. And then as the season we're in now, with all of these releases coming rapidly, this has been just on the forefront of my mind, because I reached a point today. We talked about it, Wax. There's a break coming up, and I was like, if you can do that one, that'd be great, because I'm looking at my shipping and I'm looking at the sorting, and I'm like, I don't want to be that guy who goes too far down that road, and suddenly I can't communicate with people who bought in. They have questions, and I'm too busy because I've loaded myself up with so many breaks. Like, what are we even doing? So as we move forward, I want to see us grow, of course, but I don't want to lose sight of that. Like, this is supposed to be fun, and if I'm breaking and people are waiting on their cards because I decided to load myself down too much, I've took a bad turn somewhere. So
Sure. Yeah.
and I think all three of us are doing this the same way. We may have arrived here at from separate places, but that's what I appreciate about it. And even in this, like, back to back to back releases, it's a very manageable flow, and we haven't gotten ahead of ourselves. So I think
Yeah.
those are the highlights for me, and as far as that, mentality and philosophy and the care we want to put into it. So
Yeah. And I'm really enjoying what we're doing because, like you said, dividing some of the work up and not feeling obligated to open everything all the time is really helpful, and it keeps the fun in it for me. I really started breaking because I hate to be disappointed, but I also love to open cards. So I tried to figure out the best way to minimize disappointment. Somebody's going to be disappointed, but um, hopefully you'd just be disappointed about your hometown team or or you're getting into, instead of opening a whole box on your own and just feeling like you flushed your money away. So I really enjoy that aspect, and I think that's really the biggest advantage is if you can find a group of people who are looking for a specific thing, you can help them out, and we are helping collectors. Um, there are a lot of people who are doing the exact same thing we are, who like to take advantage of it, who like to take advantage of, um, people who might have trouble with gambling, or people who might have trouble with spending too much money in general. Um, and that is a huge problem, and I don't want to say it's not, but um, if you can find a place, and I'm fortunate to be a member of several areas that are trustworthy and great communities and filled with people who are like-minded. Of course, we do have people, we even have people in our Discord who are looking for chases, and they are, they're not necessarily collecting those cards, and that's totally fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. But they also know what they're getting into. So that's great. I want to make an environment where it's safe to do, and you don't feel like you're going to get scammed. And I'm not going to palm your cards and hide them, and I'm going to ship all your cards, and you trust me, and that really matters, because there's a lot of places where you can go and have a really bad experience, and it turns out to be bad for everyone. So and I'm not against making money with cards. I'm not against prospecting. I'm not against, trying to mark up a little bit for your effort. But there's a line, and it's tough to see sometimes, whether you're the breaker or whether you're the person buying into the breaks. So it's really difficult. I do worry about, now that I have a kid who's starting to use technology and starting to get interested in baseball, to jump into that environment. And I think sports gambling is a big problem in general, and will be. But that's a whole different discussion. But for me to understand what it takes to create what I would call a safe environment, a comfortable environment, somewhere you feel like people are trustworthy, is really important. And so um, every time you hear someone complaining about a breaker, there's a whole network of people who don't work the same way, and you just have to find them. Uh, and the way you do that is join as many groups as you can. Just listen into things if you have the time. Talk to people, network, and eventually you'll find something. And I've found, it hasn't been that long. I found a whole group of people who are doing it the same way. So I appreciate this community. I appreciate the extended network of communities that a lot of us are involved with, and I'm having a great time, and feeling like everybody else is having a great time too. And it also allows us to do things like spooky spins or giveaways or fun stuff, because we have enough people involved that it makes it worthwhile if you want to you know do something silly or have a giveaway or something like that. People are gonna have fun, and it gives you opportunities to be able to do that. So I'm really digging it. I really appreciate it, and really comes down to the people who are working with us and the people buying in. So um, I want to thank everybody who breaks with us, not just because for selfish reasons, because we get to handle the cards and do our nerdy hobby thing, but also because they're the reason we get to do it, and they're the reason we have a place, a community where we can safely we also trade and buy and sell, and that's a whole different problem too. So um, it's not all bad. It's not all doom and gloom. A lot of people, like, I don't know how many people out there listening follow hobby Twitter, but it is an absolute cesspool of just like negativity and scams, and like just digging on cards, just being like, oh, this sucks, this is stupid. And it's just like, it's difficult to keep up with. Like, I want to keep up with the community and what's going on, but like, I don't want to invite that into my life. Like I have enough of negativity with everything else going on. So, um,
Cesspool is such a good word, Wax. I cautionary tale of a breaker that I bought into some breaks with a couple of years ago, and then continued to sporadically, probably for, I don't know, 6-9 months. Um, and the evolution of where they started to where they are now is everything that is wrong with a hobby. You used to get a response quickly, or if there was something that needed to be handled, or fixed, I should say, it was dealt with immediately. They were friendly. The breaks were affordable, and in what felt like a matter of moments, but in reality, a year, it's a cesspool. And they have
mhm.
chased the dollar, and their customer service is terrible. And I haven't bought into a break in a year at this point, but and now they're the ones getting tagged on social media, for scams, basically.
Oof.
um, and I just invite people to just run the other direction. Many of the live streaming platforms are susceptible to this, and just use good discernment. It's your money. Don't allow someone to abuse it. So
Yeah, I would say just the things that you guys talked about reminded me of one more thing that I wanted to say, and it was not the reason that I started doing it, but it's the biggest reason that I continue to do it, and that's the community, as you guys talked about. Like, just so many cool people doing cool things, and that we get to interact with on a daily basis, and see people rip their boxes, their personal boxes, or post their hits that they picked up from eBay or card show or whatever. Just seeing all these people that are involved in the hobby that that are super passionate about it, and just being able to share that with everyone is just awesome. And not had no idea that when I started breaking that it was going to end up being this community, being this podcast, like doing all these fun things. So definitely the biggest, most positive unintended consequence of starting to rip packs on YouTube.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
definitely. I 100% agree. And we're always looking for more people, more the merrier. And I'm very fortunate. I think I've been breaking for, let's see, almost 2 years. And I've had so few issues with the people who have joined us, even from Reddit, from Discords, from I've got people from Instagram, I've got people from Twitter, and almost every hobby person I've run into, um, breaks, buy, sell, trade, any of that stuff has been, it has not scammed me and has has been very easy to go through the process with funds and things like that. And so, that's another thing that would make it really unfun for me is just having to run people down for money, or like people who are ditching on break spots, or like just having to deal with all of that crap. And it's really important to me as a breaker to have a group of people that you can count on, to make that fun for me too. Because I think if that was difficult, I probably would just kind of quit. Like, it's not really worth it anymore. So, thank you to everybody who is already, engaged with us. People who are buying in. I hope you're happy with your cards. I hope you're happy with the breaks. We love feedback too. We love suggestions for breaks. We love all of that stuff because we want to do it with you. We don't want to do it for us. So, um, yeah, thank you, everyone. I 100,000% appreciate every single one of you. So thank you.
Well said.
Yeah, and let's see. I think we have at least one exciting thing that's not a new release coming up. We have one more break battle uh, in the works, and
Uh-oh.
I can't even fake being your rival or whatever. Like, I don't know. It was so much fun last time. Like,
Yeah,
if you stream on YouTube, you can do a split screen, and we did that for the last box battle, and it was a blast to like
definitely.
rip with someone, be able to talk to someone. Because like if you're ripping a case of something and you're just talking to yourself for like 3 hours, it gets really weird. I don't know about you, but like
Yeah.
you just start saying stuff or reading what's on the cards, or like it gets to be a little surreal. So I love the box battle. I hope other people love the box battle. And this time we're going to have some Chrome products and some Logo Fractor too. And I believe the prize will be some of our UK packs that we have all the hits for, but they are left over from other breaks. So um, someone will get those, and someone will limp with their tail between their legs away.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. I need my revenge for my promise box battle.
And we talked about doing a like point system for how quote unquote valuable your hits are or rare, instead of just looking at the serial number. So we'll work that out. But we like to make it fun. I think it's kind of weird personally I love a box battle, but to like say the person who got the lowest, rarest card won extra cards seems a little disingenuous to me. So I want to make it a little more arbitrary than that, and to give people who maybe didn't get the nicer cards to get a chance at getting something else. So a couple of reasons to love a break battle, and I'm really looking forward to it. I hope people dig it. So look for that coming very soon.
And I think to give any listeners who weren't in on the first one or didn't see it an idea of just how friendly of a battle this is, we did allow folks to buy into both sides to assure victory. So yeah, the animosity may or may not be fake, but as we
I
record a
mean,
podcast together.
I was just looking up all those signs of
Yes.
like the Hunter Pence signs from
Yes.
back in the day, like to find good insults that were not really insults.
I did that. Wax and I had a internal battle prior to that, and I started doing the Hunter Pence sign, and they're obviously all in good fun, but it is weird if you have no idea what the context is, and people are like, why are you doing this?
Why are you saying
What
he
sort
puts
of
the
weird
milk in
game
before
are
the
you playing?
cereal?
We got our own memes. I misspoke. We're not putting UK. I think we're moving UK to another international break, which was also fun. But we will have some 23 Allen and Ginter packs with the hits in there. Hopefully, people will enjoy that with the 24 stuff they've been seeing. So we would love for you to join us, and even if we have some of our own breaks, I would love to have people come on and guest and talk about the cards because, like I said, I spend a lot of time talking to myself, and it's very strange. So that would be a great idea to kick around too. So um, yeah, you guys have anything else you feel like you need to say before we head out here?
Yeah, I agree that it would be very cool to be able to get people on. Some people, in our groups or whatever, who we can chat with. It's we just talk to people through a screen all day and type and stuff, and we're the ones talking, but you don't hear people's voices or even know what they look like, and these people you're talking to for hours of the day. So it'd be really cool to get some people on and hear how they got into the hobby and whatever they want to talk about.
Yeah, and when I got started breaking way back in early to mid 2023, I was just doing it on Discord. I didn't have, I didn't have a YouTube account. I definitely didn't have the followers to stream. So we were just doing it in a Discord voice chat, and anybody could say whatever they wanted to and come in and chat. And it was just, it was more like a trade night kind of thing, which I thought was super fun. So it would be great to get back to that. I would also like to see, maybe in a year or two we'll be big enough that we could do this again, the box battle, and have a real box battle where we're, it's one side against the other, and we do server raids and we taunt each other, and I think that would be a lot of fun too. So, but that's in the future. I'm just blown away at how well this has worked out so far, and I'm really excited to see what we'll get to do in the future. So, um, again, I'm having a blast. I hope you guys are too. Joe, you got any last words?
Not really. I just gonna echo you guys. I'm enjoying every minute of this. My favorite season's upon us.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to all of that. So I look forward to the
Excellent.
day that we can duke it out properly, and one of us gets rights to the pod or something. But
Yeah, we're
until
going for
then,
big flips.
we remain friends. I
Yeah,
appreciate all of you, truly.
you too, man. Well, thank you guys again. Great talking to you. Again, this is another aspect of just being able to talk to people about the things we like to do. Underrated, actually. So I really appreciate you guys. So
Oh
thanks
yeah,
for coming around.
we do want to do one more quick shout out to APW for cooking us up this awesome logo that you should be seeing now for our first official
Yes.
episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little extra flourish added by Wax at the end, but the original image created by APW. So really appreciate that. And next on the list is getting some theme music.
Yeah. Get your guitars out. Let's hear it. All right. Thanks, guys. A pleasure as always, and we will talk to you next time.
Sounds
Happy
like a
breaking.
plan.
Happy Stadium Club week.
Yes.
Yes,
Happy
sir.
Stadium
Have
Club
a
to
good
all.
Enjoy.
Take it easy. Hey, this is John from Yellow Brick Card Club.
And this is Pierce from Pierce Breaks.
You can find us on Instagram at Yellow Brick Card Club. Get all of our links there. Come and join the Discord. Check out some breaks and chat and hang out.
You can also find me at Pierce Breaks on Instagram, on my YouTube channel, Pierce Breaks, or on Reddit at reddit.com/r/Pierce Breaks.